Hey there, folks. Quinn here, Mask Gorman on the internet. Happy Saturday, and I have here Gotham, A Tale of the Batman, Gotham by Gaslight by Brian Augustin and Mike Mignola of Hellboy fame. I've had this book for a while. I've heard really good things about this, not just for the artwork, but just the story itself. This is like a Batman in the 1800s, sort of like 1800s. This actually takes place like 1884, I believe, or something like that. Or 88. Yeah, 88. 1888. And it follows Bruce Wayne. He's coming back from Europe. And the premise here is like Batman is in the 1800s. Much the same way, like his parents die in Gotham City. They're also shot here dead in front of him by this carriage scene here. And he does become Batman because the sort of bats sort of come out and save him from this gun shooter here, this mugger guy. And that's what saved him from getting murdered. And he shows here as an adult a little bit, he seems a little bit older here. Where it's like he's training with experts in the field of certain things. Like he's here with Dr. Freud, learning the psychology of people and stuff like that. And he's done his training with police of note at that time. And he sails back to Gotham in this sort of Titanic-looking ship. And he does meet someone here who knows his father, who was in business with his father, who's a lawyer of the sort of Wayne Corp. And somehow they didn't realize it, but they're actually on this same ship to go back home. And once he arrives back home and greeted by Alfred, he says, "Is the suit ready?" And the suit, I guess, in reference to the Batman suit, because he had been in Europe for about 5 years and, waiting for the suit. He's been itching to put the suit back on. It's not clear whether he had the suit or some version of it while in Europe, but he's been training for the last 15 years to become the Batman. And one of his first stops is with Gordon here, which I think is just a Lieutenant Gordon, or Inspector Gordon, who looks like the former president here, Teddy Roosevelt. And he's telling him that in the time that he's been gone, that the criminal activities have increased due to the city growing. So the city grows and the police grow and the crime grows, and it sort of shows here like an example of a criminal here who is very much looks like the Joker here, who's poisoned about rich old ladies, it says here, and that he tried to poison himself, and this was the result of him trying to poison himself. He didn't actually die, he just became a little crazy. And it follows like this premise of Jack the Ripper has moved from Europe after doing what he did in Europe, in London specifically, obviously, and it shows that he's here in the United States now. He's in America, he's in Gotham City, and he's taunted by the women of the streets, and it implies that he's there to kill again, while Batman here is arriving in Gotham City, donning the suit and fighting crime here. And he's got like this goggle version of Batman, which is really super cool, this sort of Victorian era Batman. But it just so happens that Batman and Jack the Ripper come at the same time. And, he's sort of trying to be Bruce Wayne as well. And then that sort of gets him into trouble because as Jack the Ripper's killing people in the night, Batman is out there in the night and Bruce Wayne is not. And they sort of, through evidence collected, the police end up arresting Bruce Wayne, accusing him of being Jack the Ripper because he cannot account for his whereabouts during the night, which obviously is because he's Batman and they think Batman and Jack the Ripper are the same. So he goes to jail and he's still has friends within the police, so he gets all the sort of evidence and he looks through it and he's really about to be executed, really. And in the end, Batman escapes with the help of Alfred, and he does figure out while collecting or looking through the evidence who the killer is. And I'll be honest, it was no surprise to me who the killer was. It was pretty apparent right from the get-go. And he does capture him and clears he clears Bruce Wayne's name, all the while separating him, Batman, from Jack the Ripper and actually catching this sort of killer. And that's sort of the end where Batman sort of begins. It's like a Batman Begins, but like in the sort of Victorian era, so to speak, like the Downton Abbey or like the Gilded Age, which I thought was pretty cool. And I thought this would make a really great sort of series, like on HBO Max or something like that. I just thought it'd be cool. It would be a great book or a great show. And I gave this an 8 out of 10. It's okay. Like I said, right off the bat, I kind of knew. I mean, you read enough Batman stories, you kind of know what's gonna happen, or like you kind of just figure it out how the way things are written. But I did give it an 8 out of 10. The artwork is really great, really dark and moody, and really captures the sort of the feel of like the 1800s. Super cool, yeah. That's my review. Happy Sunday. I wanted to do a little, because this is like a graphic novel sort of deal, a little bit bigger than just a regular floppy. I wanted to really give its due, especially to Mike Mignola from Hellboy fame. He does a really good book like this, and very moody, I love his Batman stuff. Love this sort of Batman story and how they took it. And yeah, 8 out of 10. That's my review. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and God bless.